Greetings, everyone. We're here today in St. Louis Cemetery. That's here in the Highlands in Louisville, Kentucky. It's where I'm living now. It's where this person lived. It's where they died. It's not where they were born. This is the grave of my great-great-great-grandmother. Her name was Justina Brudi. She was born Justina Mueller in Germany in 1830. She died here in the Highlands in 1916. Before I go any further, I did ask permission from my ancestor to make this video. I was asked to keep the rest of the family out of it for whatever reason. That's why we're concentrating on this stone, which says Mother. Ancestor energy has come forward deeply. I'd like to say a lot, but it's come forward deeply in the past couple of weeks, and we're about 5 linear weeks out from Halloween, Samhain, All Saints Day, Eve. That area of time has many names in this area of the world, at least. And I do apologize. Also, we're by a busy street. There's not much I can do about that. We've got some cemetery maintenance going on. Very well-maintained cemetery, which I'm grateful for. Anyway, ancestor energy came up a couple of weeks ago at an ecstatic dance that was hosted by another shaman in town. It ended up being a gathering of women this time, and just how it panned out. We had an incredible time, but even getting ready for it, I just knew, my senses told me, my intuition told me that this was about me raising my ancestral energy. And quick backstory, I'm 42 now. I was adopted when I was 3 days old, and I never knew, it was a closed adoptions back in the 1980s, and I never knew my genetic family. It took me 27 years to track them down. So, and even then, not everybody was alive in the immediate family. So, going on this journey has been interesting, and I believe that it's one of the reasons that ancestral magic is so powerful within me and my practice, is because I was so deeply affected by all of it. And I don't say that in a victim stance or standpoint. I chose, if I didn't choose the direct people, I chose this situation as a soul coming into this earth because of certain lessons my soul needed to learn. It's another video for another time. But here we are. And whether you know your family, whether you were adopted and you don't care about your genetic family, and that's okay too. Everybody's different. Everybody's soul has a different lesson to learn this time around. We're here for different things, which is why we really can't judge anybody else's journey. We can say, that's not for me, I don't want to be around it, or wow, I really like that. Or we can be neutral, but we really don't know what anybody else's soul needs to learn, because we're not them. So, that being said, I did, about this time last year actually, I did a bunch of ancestral work. An ancestor named Justina showed up for me. I wasn't aware I had an ancestor named Justina. It actually led me to get on Ancestry.com and really, get down to brass tacks with the names, dates, all the details of the family tree. Luckily, most of them were pretty readily available for my genetic family. And I discovered, indeed, although she's listed as Christina, her official obituary does say Justina. So I believe Christina was just I don't know if it's a mishearing, Christina, Justina. I don't know who had accents, German accents at the time, but her name was Justina. She is buried here. Imagine my shock to know she was buried very, very close to my house and my current house. I saw these sunflowers. I knew I wanted to bring flowers. They jumped right out at me at the store when I got here. Justina told me that she loves sunflowers. She just absolutely loves them. And so that was nice. And the reason, incidentally, that she has come forward for me is because she is still in a liminal space. I asked if she would like help moving on. She said she would like to move on, but I don't need to do anything, just leave her be. So Sometimes we get that answer. You know, it's not our job to get involved in everything that we think we can help with the living or the dead. So, the only other thing, I'm not going to zoom in because it would be too shaky, but there on the top, to the left of the cross, I really don't think you can see it, and I'm really trying to keep other graves out of this video, because videos, photographs, they do capture energy that I may not have permission for. There's a little square mirror, and the reason I brought that here and put it on Justina's stone is because I believe she carried a lot of ancestral magic. Before this video, I actually brought lunch. I brought a salad and sat here and had a chair in my car and just, you know, ate lunch here and had a conversation. And indeed, you know, she was not in a position to declare herself, you know, a witch or a magician or anything like that, but she had a lot of kitchen magic, we'll call that, hearth magic. In other words, things that typically women, mostly women, did without telling anyone they were doing them. So I learned last year that there was something about the German lineage, the very pure line of any culture lineage is called the Volkgeist, and there was something about mirrors and magic in Germany. And that surprised me because I don't know who I thought, you know, in my lineage would be really tied to mirrors, but I didn't first peg it as the German people. So that was interesting. I explore that constantly ever since I was a child. Some of you may relate to this. I've always looked into mirrors and been able to see different faces, different lives, different morphings of things, and I thought everybody did that, even extraterrestrials. I thought everybody did that. I learned, you know, eventually someone calls you weird and you realize, like, no, everybody doesn't do that. But I come across some clients and some friends and just people who say, oh yeah, I've done that, I didn't really know what I was doing. So I like to mention it because it's something that you can do safely and easily. You're not gonna, you know, open any Pandora's boxes. You're just seeing yourself in different times, and I've actually gotten so good at it that I can let students look through my eyes, or let clients look through my eyes to see things that they just can't see. Done that a couple times with people. So ancestry is important. It doesn't define who you are. I'm grateful for what Justina has passed on to me. I'm honored to use it. I'm honored to know where it comes from. But even if I didn't know any of this, even if I'd never gotten to know my genetic family, if that had not been in the cards, or if I'd never been adopted, if any of this had been different, and you just didn't know a single soul you came from, you still can honor your past by honoring yourself. And honoring yourself, only you really know what that looks like. I'm going to tell you a secret. Once you really start honoring yourself, you get a ton of confirmation from different random sources. And it doesn't happen until you find it out for yourself. So if you're anything like me, I didn't believe in myself for many years. And I waited and waited for a sign. You know, I think we've all done that. Like, oh, send me a sign that this is right, or send me a sign that I should go here, or do this, or not do this. You don't get the confirmation until you validate yourself. So there's a takeaway. I'm going to continue to enjoy this beautiful day. I'm looking forward to making some more videos and more content. Spirited Awake is really, you know, stepping into its prime and where it's always been meant to be. And I'm just so grateful for the people who have showed up along the journey this past year. I know there's so many more people to meet and so many more relationships to deepen. So don't feel like you can't come back for another reading. I've gotten that question. It surprised me. You know, I've already had a reading. Can I have another one? Yes, certainly. It's different every single time, and every single time my goal is for you to come away with another skill, another, you know, piece piece of magic, another tool that you can learn to come closer to yourself, closer to honoring yourself, because I can't even tell you what that is. Only you. I can give you some insights, but only you know what resonates with your deepest soul. Thank you. Many blessings. Beautiful day. Justina says thank you. She says thank you for the honor. Thank you for noticing her. Thank you for coming back after all these years to say this. That's very nice. That's very nice. Okay. Bye.